so much for joining me today. On today's video, I have already done my face makeup, my base. We are going to be doing an eye look, and also I'm going to show you how to properly fill in your eyebrows. This is going to be a great video for beginners, for people who are just wanting to switch it up and try something different. And I'm also going to be using some really cool products that are pretty affordable and pretty great, all around good quality products too. Now, before we get started, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more videos of mine, also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into today's video. Okay, so I went ahead and brought you in a little bit closer because that way you can just see. But anyway, we are going to start off with our eyebrows. I am using the Benefit Cosmetics Magic Brow Stars. This little kit right here was $59 for everything. Retails at $140. It was a limited edition. I do not know if they still have it. I bought mine before Christmas, so odds are they may not. Mine, by the way, is in the shade 3. This is what it looks like on the inside. You get all of these products here. So you get just like a nice spoolie brush up here. You get some powder right here. You get the gel, the Ka-Brow, Precisely My Brow, and then you get Goof Proof down here at the bottom. So it was a really, really good deal, and I couldn't pass it up. So, and plus I was in the market for new eye products anyway, for new eyebrow products. So it was just a no-brainer just to go ahead and buy it. Okay, so starting off, what I do is I take the spoolie end right here and I just comb through those brows because you want them all going in the same direction. It makes it so much easier when you go to fill them in, I promise. Okay, I'm going to go on with my Ka-Brow. And what you do is once you unscrew it, these two pieces come off and you just pop that in there. And it creates for a nice little handle for you to hold on to. And I just like to take it, and as you can see, just start underlining my brow. And you really just want to create the shape of your brow, just kind of outline it and then fill it in. This is what works best for me. And then just kind of continue that shape. And just kind of filter that on down through the ends of the brow. Okay, and this is what the pomade looks like on the inside. It's really easy to work with. And what I love about this stuff is if you accidentally put it in the wrong spot, or like say it goes too low or too deep, I mean, it can wipe right off. It's super easy to work with. And then once I kind of fill in my lines and I get them where I want them, then I will do the top part and just kind of connect the two pieces. So I'm going to hit this one just one more time over here. Just like that. And just kind of follow that down to the tail. I'm sorry if I sound so scratchy. It is morning and I just woke up not too long ago and I did not drink my water this morning. I'm drinking coffee. So I am like, oh, still zombified. Okay, so there. My tails are now connected. What I like to do from here is I still like to go in with this pomade and really just fill in the tails and the end pieces. Reason for this is because you ideally want your brow, if you're like me, if you like this style of brow that I like for it to kind of ombre. I want it to be lighter up here and then go into a darker, fuller shade towards the tail of the brow. So that is what I like to do with mine. And as you can see, just kind of keep filling it in. If you have any empty spaces, just work those through. And now we have the bulk of them filled in. Just take that top off, put it back like that, twist it back on. You're good. Now we're done with that one. I'm going to go in with Precisely My Brow next. Some people do this just the opposite. Some people will fill in with the pencils and then use the pomade to create the hairs at the front. Personally, I don't like to do it that way. It does not work out as well for me. I prefer to fill in with my pomade and then go in just kind of sparsely and create those wispy looking hairs with my pencil. Something else I like to do is go over it with the Gimme Brow Plus here. This one is a brow volumizing fiber gel. And I really just like to hit those not too much where I want it lighter, but really towards those ends, because it is a tinted brow gel. I do not want to cover up my sparse hairs and make those look as heavy and as full as the tail of the brow. And that's it for brows. You're done. And those will set, those will stay. What you can do, and I do often sometimes do this as well, if my brows are not looking as sharp and as even, and if I want to create just a little bit of a sharper tail on those ends, I will take a brush like one of these, something like that, or like this. Hit my concealer with it and then just kind of carve out my brows, and then it will create a much sharper look. Now today I am not disappointed in how my brows turned out, so I don't need to do the concealer step, but that is something, if they don't line up like I like, that's something that I typically will do to fix them, so you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, that line went out of the way, you know, I gotta keep making them bigger just to make it look right. No, you can clean that up with concealer if you don't just want to wipe it off and start over. Anyway, next up we are moving on to our eye look, and we are going to be using the Morphe 25B Bronze Mocha palette. This is what this palette looks like. I have been using this one on a regular daily basis for about a month now. This right here are the shades. So you have a lot of the warms, a lot of the neutrals, and a lot of brown. Beautiful tones. There's so many in here to create a beautiful, beautiful eye with. So I'm really excited to kind of show you something that I have been doing lately. It's a little bit more on the smoky deep side. And I really like to wear this look to work. It's something that is comfortable and fun for me. It's nothing too deep, but it also has just the right amount of smoke that really just draws out the green color in my eye. And I just really love the way that it's been looking. So let's get started. Now that I've brought you in pretty close, this way you can see what I'm doing just a little bit better. First off, I'm going to go in with this kind of yellowy shade over here, the second one over. And I am just using this flat top kind of, or not flat top, but this fluffy brush. This one is in the Collab brand by Sally Beauty. I have had this one for over a year now, and I absolutely love this brush for just something large to really buff out an eye or to just create a really blown out crease look. This brush is perfect for so many different styles. So after I go in with that one, next I'm going to go in with this kind of corally shade right over here. You still using that same brush, and with it I am just going to hit it in my crease just to kind of create a little bit of depth there. And I'll tell you a palette that this one right here reminds me of, but it's like way more amped up. It reminds me of the Pixie plus Petra It's Judy Time palette. because it has a lot of those same neutral shades that you can work with, except for it's like multiplied. So you have a lot of the same tones, just more of them. And that's something that I really love about this palette. And I think that's why I love it so much, is because I would use the Pixie Plus Petra palette all the time, just on a regular basis. That was like my go-to getting ready for work. You know, I could create any kind of eye look with it. Next up, I'm going in with this shade right over here. It's a little bit more on the coral side. It's a little bit deeper with more warm tones in it. And I'm just kind of hitting that in the same areas, just a little bit deeper and pushed in a little farther. Now with none of my eye looks, I do not take them too far up to the brow. I like to still create a little bit of white space there so you can see the difference in the eyebrow and the eye shape. Now, next, I do not like to bring them too far in over here because it doesn't look good. It is too much of a muddy, sloppy look. So I really like to focus most of my product on that outer corner. And as you can see, like I put most of my pressure here to here. And then when I get in here, it's just lightly. Next up, I'm switching my brush. I'm going with something just a little bit more tapered and precise. This one is from the Wet n Wild collection. Now these brushes, as far as I know, are not named, so I can't tell you exactly which one I'm using, but it is the one that is still pretty fluffy and a little bit more tapered at the top. I just went in with this shade right here. Next, I'm going to go in with this one over here that has a little bit more orange. It's a little bit more of that burnt orange color. It's just a little bit deeper. But I'll tell you something I love about this palette is how pigmented these shades are. These shades are just wow. I know I paid less than $30 for this palette. I will leave it linked below. I bought mine from Ulta. To be honest, that's where I say get anything that you can get as far as makeup goes from Ulta, purchase it from Ulta. Okay, my camera died, so I don't know what the last thing I filmed was. Anyway, I was talking about how much I love buying stuff from Ulta. No, this video is not sponsored by Ulta. I just like Ulta because you get to build points there. Whereas if I were to buy this on Morphe.com, I don't know, I may get a sale. But to me, the points that I build up, like, because you can get a sale and always build your points from Ulta. And to me, that is something that makes me want to shop. It keeps me coming back because there's always a benefit there. Like right now, I have like 2,000 points, and that makes me want to shop more because that's just more money that I'm earning right back that I get to turn around and spend. So that is why I say if you find anything makeup that you like and you can purchase it from Ulta, I say purchase it from Ulta. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right down here. It's a little bit deeper. It's more of a kind of mocha brown. This one is one I really want to focus on the outer corner. And these I just really like to take kind of like a V shape and just kind of sweep it. We're still natural. We've got a little bit of smoke going on, but we still have a natural eye, so we're not done yet. Next, I'm going in with this brush right here. It's a little bit more defined. It is really good for that crease shape. Let me try to bring you down a little bit. My camera stand is just... Okay, next I'm going to go in with this shade right in here. Still about the same shade of brown, just a little bit more on the warmer side. This is one that is great, as you can see, to push in that crease. And I like to kind of create that V shape. Next, I'm going to go in with one last deep shade. I'm going to go in with this very bottom middle shade right here. Oh, no, right there. And this one is like a very deep chocolate. And this one is just going to kind of finish off that packing in there just to really create that depth. Next, I'm going to go in with this little brush right here, and I'm going to use this compact side. And first off, I'm going to go in with this shade right over here and just push this in the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And then just take that flat, or not the flat, but the fluffy top and just kind of smoke that out. And that's what it looks like. Now you can also, and I think I will for today, go in with one of these shimmer shades here. I'm thinking this one right here in the center is going to look really good. Because it has more of a rose gold kind of aspect to it. And it's pretty subtle. It's nothing crazy dramatic. I really like that. Now, I'm going to go back in with that first brush that we went with. And I'm just going to kind of de-sharpen these edges. I am going to pop on a little bit of mascara, and I'm just going to be using this Voluminous Million Lashes. I think this one is by L'Oreal Paris. If not L'Oreal Paris, it's Maybelline. But let me put that on real quick, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look. Okay, so this is the completed look. I did not do any falsies today. I've just done mascara, and as you can see, it still has that beautiful kind of smoky, but it's also some very neutral, natural tones that we did end up smoking it out with. And as for the rest of my face, I know I showed you what I used for my brows and for my eyes. The rest of my face, I done before camera. I will leave everything linked down in the comment section below, or the little description box below, I mean. And that way, in case you want to see what I use to contour, to bronze, to blush, all that good stuff with, I will leave that linked below. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss anything I have to post. But I will see you on my next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.